Hi guys, it's Xmas Mama coming to you live. I'm back in the United States. Woohoo! Back in the States, back at home, back at home. I'm sorry for this big old glare over here. I'm going to try to block it. Look who's here. Mr. Gamer. He's got his gamer hat on, right? Drummer gamer hat. He's playing Xbox because we're at the beach.
It's at Minecraft.
Apparently he's playing Minecraft. He wears this hat because he feels like it makes him play better. Anyways,
No, it makes me think more.
Makes him think more. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, I'm sitting over here because I want to block this bad glare, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about Christmas cards because I will tell you why. My mom is in Lithuania, as you know, she lives there now, and she's 82, she's 83 this year, and she's a little bit sick, and so my brother and sister and I, our siblings, kind of rotate every month to go see her to make sure that she's okay because she's living alone over there. And the three of us, my brother, my sister, and I, just came back from Lithuania. We were there with her for the Christmas holiday and the New Year's because we didn't want her to be alone. And my dad died at this time, and so Lithuanians celebrate the 1 year anniversary, the annual anniversary of the person's death. They like go to church. They have a mass said for them. They usually have like a dinner or a party or something for them, go to the cemetery. They do that every year on the anniversary of that person's death. So all of those things were happening in Lithuania. And my 82-year-old mother, her concern was, she had lots of concerns obviously, but she was really concerned because this was the first year that she didn't get Christmas cards out. She's like, oh, my friends, my family are going to be upset with me because I didn't send out Christmas cards this year. And it was the first year ever. And I'm thinking to myself, you're 82, I think, and you've been in and out of the hospital. I think, and she can't fly anywhere. She's been grounded because of her condition. It means that she can't fly. And her concern is, I think people are going to understand that you're not sending out Christmas cards. And that got me thinking, like, do people really send out Christmas cards anymore? I was thinking about that when I was making mine. And if you guys haven't seen it, I posted it here before. My kids, I did like a photo collage of them, like dressed up as the Grinch and Cindy Lou Who. I love doing these Christmas cards with the kids because, like, every year your kids grow up so much. You want everybody to see how they've grown and, you know, how they've changed.
Am I going to be on the stamp?
No.
That's rude.
I'm sorry that it's rude that you're not going to be on the stamp. Anyways, but like, you think about it, like, we spend this money to have cards made, right? And then we spend money on the postage. And sometimes some of us even write letters with our cards, right? Where we used to. Do people even do that anymore? Like, I feel like when I first started, like, really doing Christmas cards, like, once I got established and I was married and everything, I was probably sending out close to 200 Christmas cards a year. And this year we significantly dialed back our Christmas cards, like, to like less than 100. Mail, because like a lot of it we can send digitally now, right? You can do that before, like email, Facebook, whatever. But some of them, like, we sent out some Christmas cards, like hard copies, like in the mail, right? Where you actually put postage on it and everything. But it's expensive. I mean, just to send out about 100 cards, it costs at least $100. Even at the bare bones minimum, cheap, right? So I'm thinking, right, and then there's those people that are like, oh, this is how I do it. Every year I make a tally of the people that send me Christmas cards, and if they don't send me a card, then the next year I don't send them one. And I think to myself, really? That's how we are now? Like, you don't give me one, I'm not giving you one? It just doesn't feel very much in the spirit of giving and Christmas. So, and then, like, I'm thinking, would I do Christmas cards if I didn't have kids? Right? And would I just do the store-bought cards? Or would I just do those store-bought, like, box jobber cards where you get, like, 100 generic cards in the box and then you just kind of send it out whenever? And, like, then there's people that, like, don't even send them out until after the holidays, which is fine. I think that's totally acceptable, right? But, like, when I get those, this is what I feel like. When I get a Christmas card, like, after Christmas, I feel like, oh, what happened was they waited for my Christmas card to come in before they reciprocated and sent one out to me. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, oh, they're waiting as Christmas cards come in, then they return the favor by sending you a Christmas card. Like, I wasn't going to send you one, but since you sent me one, now I've got to send you one back. And that's why they come in after Christmas. Does that make sense? So, like, there's this whole weird etiquette when it comes to Christmas cards. So, like, at what point do you not take pictures of your kids anymore and put them on Christmas cards? And what point do you stop sending Christmas cards? And to who do you really send your Christmas cards? And who do you send them to electronically? And who do you send them to on paper? And I'm saying all this as I'm sitting here because my mom, who was so sad because she couldn't get her Christmas cards out, she's literally, you know, she can barely walk, and we're at her house in Lithuania, and she's wanting to dictate a Christmas letter. So she, like, wants to dictate this Christmas letter because it's even hard for her to type. And she has friends that speak Lithuanian, and she has friends that speak English. So she has to have the letter done in both languages. So we're trying to help her. So this year her Christmas card is just like a letter. It's like a newsletter, right? And it's like what she did this year, okay, all in like English and then somewhere in Lithuanian. And then we had put we dropped some pictures in there for her. Now keep in mind she's 80 something. So like this was a huge production for her. We basically did these for her after she gave us the text because she doesn't know how to cut and paste. She doesn't know how to do any of this. And this is not like extreme graphic designs there, people, right? So she cut her list back severely. Like I remember as a kid, we would sit down in our basement and my mom would have literally over 1,000 Christmas cards. Oh, you get your mine came in late from Shutterfly. I know, and sometimes they come in late, right? So like you're legit, it's not your fault. So and I think that's totally acceptable, Tracy, because you were before, it's not your fault. But like, so my mom would like send out literally over 1,000 Christmas cards. And some of my high school friends, you may remember this because my high school friends would come over. My mom would actually pay us to fold, stuff, stamp, address all of these envelopes so she could get out her like 1,000 Christmas cards because this is when she was still working, right? So she would have sent out professional cards and then personal cards and then some in English and some in Lithuanian. And so you had to have all the right lists, stuff with all the right letters because they were all different. And then you had to stamp them all and you had to lick them all. And it was like a huge production. We would take like all the tables in our basement and I had my friends around and my mom would bring down snacks and I think we get paid nothing. It would be like $10 or something like that to do. But that was like $1 million to a teenager, right? Then we would do all these Christmas cards. So this year as I'm sitting here and I'm like, stuffing my 100th, card for my mom, stamping and addressing, I'm thinking, wow, this is really ridiculous that I'm doing this. Like, do they even care? Like, do these people even care? Right? But my mom was so upset that she didn't get them out. But then I'm thinking to myself, this could be the last year that my mom could be sending out Christmas cards. Like, because she could pass between now and then. So it's kind of bittersweet, right? Because it brings me back to the time where thank you for that, Enzo. Brings me back to the time when I used to do these as a kid for my mom, when it was into the thousands. And now when she's old and elderly and frail and I'm doing it for these 100 of her friends and family that she, cannot skip, right? It's terrible. It's like letter-sized envelopes and this little like newsletter and like holiday stamps. And even that's over $100. So it's bittersweet. Like I think, oh, that's such a sweet tradition to send it out. But like, at what point is it okay for you not to? Is it okay for you not to if you're old? Is it okay for you not to if you had just a bad year? Is it okay for you not to if you don't have kids? Is it okay? When is it okay to do digital? And when is it okay to do like hard copy? And what are the rules as to who gets a hard copy and who gets a digital? And how much do you spend? And like, where do you get your Christmas cards sent out? Tracy said that she gets hers done at Shutterfly. I usually have I design my own and then I send mine out to like Sam's or Costco because they're like 19 cents each and they include the envelopes. So what are the rules? What are the rules for Christmas card giving? So like, I think to myself, like when can I stop doing Christmas cards? Because not for nothing, but I literally probably only after the 100 that I sent out this year, I probably sent a little less than 100. I maybe got 20. So do people just not do it anymore? Like, did that just become passé and like for only old people? I don't know. I think it's a very like adorable tradition and I get really excited when I get one in the mail. I love getting stuff in the mail because nobody does it anymore, right? And the only time that I ever really get mail is Christmas time. Darlene sent out Christmas cards. She sent out beautiful Christmas cards and a gorgeous little newsletter. I love reading everybody's newsletters, right? I haven't done a newsletter since before my kids were born because it's just, it's hard enough for me to get Christmas cards out, let alone with a newsletter. But Darlene did really adorable ones. And I love it that she sends them out every year. But, all right, my husband's now yelling at me and my son is playing Minecraft and screaming. And I have 100 of these that I need to stamp and address and get out to various different countries between now and the end of the day. So thoughts to ponder about. I love you all. And I hope you had a great Christmas and a great New Year's. And I'm glad to be back in the United States and hope you'll be hearing more from me now that I'm back home. Love you guys. Take care. Happy New Year. Happy Christmas card, licking, stamping, addressing, labeling, folding. Cheers.